Look at these young people with the future ahead of them, and here our old ass talking about them.
I mean, there are WWE releases we can be talking about too, but yeah.
Do you think any
I
of those
was
people are important enough to talk about?
Dolph Ziggler, I would say.
Yeah, he has a history, but I want to go on record, and Cody better not go on Monday Night Raw and say, "So what do you want to talk about?" He better not, because I know I want to answer. I want to talk about the people they cut. I want to talk about the people out of work in the office. I want to talk about the people that released. I want to talk about business, Cody. I don't know what you want to talk about, but I want to talk about the people who are future
Marcus.
endeavor. What happened to Ali?
Marcus, when he says, "What do you want to talk about?" I don't want to talk about the people that got released. I want to talk about the people that didn't get released. That's all I'm saying. B-Fab.
I'm talking to you, Shanti, the Adonis. Still there.
Come on, because I've got some other.
This moment, these people are still here.
I've got some other potential thumbnails.
Okay.
The people that won championships.
Good night in Latin America. One guy probably shouldn't have been champion this night, but you know, it happens.
What about spreading the love?
Okay. That's a beautiful pick. I can see that both sides happening in the other way too, where MJ just kisses Adam Cole, just trying to win the match.
Adam Cole looks like a Make-A-Wish kid.
No, he was the kid in the MJF video that started.
Look how pale he is in comparison, not even to MJF, in comparison to the AEW World Heavyweight title.
I was gonna say in comparison to Saraya, where she may got somebody beat in darkness. Adam Cole was out when they said MJF is, he was walking to the ring and then he was interrupted. He looked like the Bret Hart spot. That looked like Adam was doing it. I don't know.
Yeah, that spot was perfect. That spot was perfect. Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. And once again, if you're watching in Mexico, the Kings of the Ropes podcast.
I really hope in Mexico, where our one probably Mexican listener in Mexico is watching this show and goes, I don't know what they call your show. It has a title in Mexico. It's the Kings of the Ropes. You watching the Kings of the Ropes? Yeah, I'm watching that. I don't know what that is. Manny and Marcus, where did it go? In Mexico, they know it's the Kings of the Ropes.
Yeah.
They're the champs. Until proven otherwise.
A lot of news today. Where do you want to begin? Do you want the good news or do you want the bad news?
I don't know what the good news was. Oh, I guess.
The good news is WWE have struck a deal with NBC Universal where SmackDown is returning to the USA Network in a deal worth $1.4 billion. This is across 5 years, which works out to be just over about 265 million for each of those 5 years. I don't think Fox wanted to pay that money for 5 years of SmackDown again. I think and I don't think that's a win for Fox. I think that's more like a loss for Fox. I think that's more a win for WWE because NBC decided to offer more.
Well, it's nice to have all your shows under one umbrella too. So
I don't know. I don't know if they've signed a new deal for Raw and NXT yet.
So my main question about this, though, does this make SmackDown the A show? Is it still the A show, or does Raw go back to being the A show now that it's not on national TV?
I think you could probably just make it start making the transition that it is the A show because the deal goes live in October 2024. So I think Fox's interest in terms of SmackDown is going to become less and less.
Yeah.
So I think you can start running that down because obviously Fox has also pulled the Ryan Satin show already, like really early. Like I thought that could have kept on going for at least like another 6 months. You know,
that show's been canceled in my mind for months already, Manny.
I mean, the thing is that when he gets a couple of guests on there that you kind of want to watch, I'll watch it. But like, there's only so much you can put up with that fake laugh and luring questions so he can talk about himself.
No, Ryan Shannon goes, oh, I'm getting straight for no reason. Yes, you are. Well, you know, the deal is fine. I'm sure SmackDown ratings are going to reflect the same thing as Monday Night Raw. They're not going to do the 2 million or whatever they were doing with Raw or SmackDown before because they're going back to cable television.
Well, especially around this period now, like this end of this quarter. Yeah. I don't think either wrestling shows are going to do that well. Like, it's football season. No one.
Yep.
Wrestling is going to fall behind in the back burner of people's minds. I mean, the audiences might start to grow as your teams start falling out of contention. Like, I'm sure all my Jets people are now watching wrestling fully.
We're back. There's a reason Arthur Ashe had better ticket sales than what they were advertising. It's because the Jets are out, means I don't have to go to games.
The Giants are out, they don't have to go to games.
I don't have to spend money.
The Bills are going to be the Bills. Josh Allen is going to be Josh Allen. The state of New York.
Cold times are coming. You got a cold winter coming ahead of you.
But then the main story obviously is the WWE releases. I've got a full list here. Stop me if you want to talk about any of them. Rick Boogs, Aaliyah, Emma.
Never getting into that Toyota.
Emma, Riddick Moss. When Emma was announced, I expected Riddick Moss to be next.
Yeah, that's a couple's release.
Yeah. Top Dollar. Shelton Benjamin. For me, I feel like Shelton Benjamin should have been kept on as a producer.
Yeah, but maybe that's something he doesn't want to do. Maybe he was offered it, but he was like, nah.
Maybe he still feels he's got a lot left in the tank, and maybe he's got like maybe he can work elsewhere for like a few more.
Yeah, or he just maybe he just takes a break. I don't want to do this. I mean, he's in his 40s.
And that thing is, for me, I still want to know what they would have done with that second coming of the Hurt Business. That was that they were working things out in the background of Raw segments, but like that never came true. They nixed it.
They never actually worked it out. That's what I'm going to put his canon. They never worked it out. They never finished the working out.
Elias and Ezekiel have been released.
Oh, both of them combo deal.
And then Mustafa Ali, which Sean Ross Sapp claimed that wasn't. Tweeted out that might not be part of releases, but it looks like it is. And then the headline of this one, the one with the most accolades on the list, is Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, but it's one of those when he hasn't really done anything in forever. Like, I don't think about Dolph Ziggler when they like have open challenges or big returns or anything like that. He did his job. He sold a lot. He came in, won, lost, and stuff. But it was, I feel like it's time. That was one of those ones like, move on. Let's see what you could do anywhere else.
I don't know. I don't remember what interview he said it in. But like he viewed himself as the guy that always loses at this point, which he is. Like, like he comes in, does his job, gets someone over, whether it be one of the youth that have come through NXT or just to fill in a space because there is no one else. I think for someone like him and talented as he was, I think a fresh start may be something he needs. Like maybe he chops it up in AEW with his brother, gets his brother a bit more recognition on that card. But like, I think stay away from AEW for the time being. Let AEW work out their kinks.
I'm good. No, man, fuck that. I'm going to tell you this right now. Breaking news. Breaking news. In January, AEW will have a huge announcement. Not just one, But every other week, they're going to have a huge announcement. Ziggler is all elite. Shelton Benjamin is all elite. Emma, the Dashwood, is all elite. And maybe Riddick Moss. I don't know.
see, if I'm Dolph Ziggler,
I don't know.
Dolph Ziggler could really make a killing with Matt Cardona on the indie circuit. I think he really could. Like, him and Cardona are friends. Cardona is the king of the indies at the moment.
Yes.
And he released a statement, and I think this is probably the most true it could be. He said, to those who were just released, this can be the end of your career, or it can just be the beginning. Look yourself in the mirror and decide. I promise you, the work and the money is out there. It's not easy. It's a grind. It's a hustle. It's frustrating. But it also can be incredibly rewarding in more ways than one if you work your fucking ass off. I hope to see you lot down the road, which is 100% true.
Yeah. Again, you don't have. It's not over when WWE release you. It just means they were done with you. They weren't using you anyway. But this is your moment to shine, to reinvent yourself, to become a star, to go the route of Drew McIntyre, rebuild yourself, or I'm trying to think of somebody else. Matt Cardona, of course, who's out there on the streets. There's a bunch of people just out there. Cody was another one. Just
the only one I generally think is done is Aaliyah.
Yeah,
because
but I can see her randomly show up some places.
You could, but I remember them releasing. I remember in one of the articles that came out when the release was just popping up over on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it,
or whatever they're charging me to say what I want to say now.
Aaliyah spent like half a decade, which is 5 years. I don't know why they decided to waste characters saying half a decade, but they were trying to be fancy. In NXT, and when you look at some of the caliber that's coming up in NXT now, I feel like all of them are steps ahead, miles ahead of where Aaliyah is.
Yeah, she was,
and some of them don't even have the experience. Like, look at Stratton, look at Kalani Jordan, Kiana James. They don't have real experience. Okay. They're just very athletic human beings.
Yeah.
So if it takes you that long to establish yourself, you probably don't have it. And then the fact that people are coming up so much more quicker these days, like Stratton is the quickest example. 2 years in, just look at her.
Yeah, just right. Like for Aaliyah, like it's been, like you said, half a decade, which you could say 5 years or whatever. It's been a long time of lack of character development, lack of in-ring development, and stuff like that. So I'm not surprised by that release, but there are a bunch of people who are. I'm more shocked at people who aren't on this list. I thought the list would be a lot bigger. I'm sure it's going to be more.
I'm sure there's probably going to be more. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be more. The one thing that I remember about Aaliyah, though, she was on that show. Do you remember that NXT show called Breaking Ground, which was like a little behind the scenes? She was just figuring her character out at that point. And she hasn't done anything since, apart from that Aaliyah 317, where she beat Natty. I think it was Natty.
I think it was
and that was it. That was all she's done in her career.
Yeah. No, it's not much. And then there's just everybody on this list. I feel like they should all will benefit from not being around. Yeah,
most of them will bounce back. I feel a lot. There are a lot of places that will take people like in
Top Dollar's done.
Yeah, I think
he's not getting over that dive, man. He's never getting over that dive.
I think there's some places that could take him in. Like if the mogul embassy is still together by January, expect Top Dollar.
That's your next NWA champion right there, Top Dollar.
But yeah, there's loads of places for all these people to go. And then the other bit of news.
There's more.
Elimination Chamber is going to Australia, mate.
Hey! You know, that was the worst part about this. It was going, oh, it's a drink or two. Oh, shit. I was fired.
Yeah, 30 minutes later, she's been released after releasing.
Yeah, I like that they announced that. And then someone was like, you didn't tell Emma yet? Huh? No, she's fired. This is not about her. This is all about Rhea Ripley. It has nothing to do with any other Australian. We have no more Australians. Although, maybe in February, Manny, a reuniting of the Iconics, one night only in Australia.
Will she have had her baby at that point?
I think so. I think. I don't know Science and Bell. I don't know how long she's far along. But as a wise man said, push it out, get it on with it. Return to the Iconic by Australia.
Let's get into AEW Dynamite, which was AEW Grand Slam. It kicks off with Claudio Castagnoli versus Eddie Kingston, title for title. Eddie Kingston wins with a powerbomb. Match was good, but I just don't find Claudio interesting.
I thought the match was fine. It was good. But it was a bit predictable. I feel like I never believed Claudio was winning for a second, even though he's the bigger name or whatnot. But I feel like Eddie was winning in his hometown anyway, and he wasn't losing the New Japan. I feel like Claudio wasn't going to carry whatever belt Eddie has from New Japan, the New Japan Strong title or whatever.
Yeah. So Eddie
I'm kind of retired.
Eddie Kingston becomes a Ring of Honor champion and retains the open weight title. But when they announced him to the ring, I don't know why I heard the overweight champion. No, but that's what I heard.
Yeah.
I noticed the open weight, but whoever announced it made it sound like overweight champion.
Well, it was Justin Roberts, and it was the overweight title. There you go, fat boy.
They shake hands at the end of the match, showing the code of honor. Then we go to a footage from last week where the Kingdom are reading cards to Roddy.
Yeah, so Roddy is, I guess, in the hospital here. Did he just remain in wherever they were in Cincinnati? Is he still there?
I think so, but another question has come to my attention.
There's so many questions about this. Yeah.
A question come to my attention. Where the fuck's his wife?
Well, she's the problem, Manny. She is the problem. She's the reason he has neck problems. But I didn't understand Adam Cole coming in there going like, oh, I got to go. MJF needs me. And I think that was either I didn't know if that was last week or this week when this video is supposed to take place. But either way, it makes no sense. Why did you show up?
The way everyone in this video made out like it takes a week to get to New York from Cincinnati.
Yeah. We have a big title match next week.
But then the thing that made me laugh was, Adam, I can't see you, Adam. I'm here, Roddy. Just open your eyes. Oh, there you are.
But at this point, Adam Cole is a dick Fred on either side. That's what I'm getting from all this. He couldn't hang around Roddy. He couldn't make it the MJF title match. He couldn't do anything. He didn't commit. Where were you? All this time.
Really unprofessional.
Yeah.
The camera pointed at them two, and then he decides to take a call from Roddy whilst MJF is spitting his "I'm going to destroy you" Samoa Joe.
Yeah. So, fuck you, Addo.
We get Chris Jericho versus Sammy Guevara. Sammy is being sung out to the ring by Monteezy. I don't know.
You don't have to pronounce his name, Manny. Manny, you're never gonna know who that is. You're never gonna know who that is.
Well, I was just gonna call him Fat Black Guy. Because I don't trust anyone. That. I don't trust anyone that wears hood rich. Why? Because white people wear it over here. I just don't trust them.
Okay, but here's my question about this. Why did Sammy get the big entrance? Why did
Marcus, I'm on record to say I don't like live music, but this is another example why. He did a countdown for the people to raise their hands in the air. Who does that? 1, 2, 3, raise your hands in the air. No.
I'm paying you to work. Oh. So he gets wrapped to the ring or whatnot, and Excalibur immediately spoils the match by telling me, oh, he's wearing the same tights that Trish Jericho wore when he wrestled Shawn Michaels and Seiko or whatever. And I was like, oh, they have no discipline. They're going to do the exact same thing. You didn't have to tell me that. If you told me, I would be like, oh, more surprised. But at the end of the match, I knew it right away. He was kicking me in the nuts. They were going to do the fall. They were going to do the exact same thing.
And then Sammy, after he kicks him in the nuts, Sammy aligns himself with Don Callis. But Marcus, the finish, I thought he nearly killed Sammy Guevara. And Sammy Guevara does a shooting star press, which then lands into a code breaker. And I was like, he's dead. Dead.
Well, the whole thing about it is that they missed the whole spot. This match was really botchy. There was a lot of stuff like Jericho miscatches Sammy jumping to the outside, and Sammy just falls on his knee. And then this finish was really like Aubrey Edwards was in the way of Sammy trying to do like a moonsault, and he was like, "Move, bitch!" And she like does this walk, whoops. And then the finish where the code breaker was supposed to hit completely missed.
I believe when he said "move, bitch," she said, "Do you know who I am?"
Yes, that's why I said bitch.
So we go to a shot at the back where Don Callis is saving the explanation for Rampage as to why Sammy Guevara has aligned himself. They get confronted by Danny Garcia, but then Don Callis pushes him away to go, he's money, just let him, leave him. Okay.
Manny, are you committed that Sammy Guevara or anybody's going to stay in, I guess, heel for a bit?
Heels and faces don't really matter in AEW for some reason.
Now, 1 week you're a heel, 1 week you're a face. So I got Sammy as a heel right now, and people say start heel, but I can see in about a month or so, he's a face again. I don't like what Callis is doing with my money. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's been like 2 weeks. I feel like that's what happens all the time.
And then we move into Rey Fenix versus Jon Moxley for the international title. I had a problem with this. Phoenix dropped Jon Moxley on his head. Pins him.
That's your problem. I thought it was gonna be another problem. I was like, more than the drop on the head.
I thought the problem began when he dived at Moxley at the beginning.
Yeah. So he does this dive where I looked, I said, hey Manny, how about that dive? And Mox looks like he hits his head right away, but Mox sells loopiness anyway. So
yeah, like you don't know if that's just him being him.
And then there's the 2 pile drivers at the end. The miscount where the referee was like, "Oh," and then there was to do it again.
Yeah, I just don't get like I feel like they should have done it the WWE way. You have to kick out. If you don't kick out, you've got to do you have to do the pinfall.
Finish it.
You have to do the pinfall. Because there was no way to even the fans reacted like, oh, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You have to do the pinfall. He was motionless. And then the fact that you could have endangered him even more because Phoenix went for it twice.
Yeah.
And I think
if he's out of it,
Moxley was able to walk out on his own accord, but he's definitely got a concussion.
Yeah, he was talking the entire time after the pile driver. We see his guy, he's like just yelling at the ref, and he's like, "Oh, you fuck it up, you fucking finish or something." He said something. I don't know what he's saying, but he's just talking the entire time after the first pile driver. Then the second one, he's still talking. So at least there's signs of like he's kind of okay, but he's probably loopy. I don't know what honestly happened. I don't know what happened, to be honest. Josh Barnett, I saw release a comment. He's a friend of John Moxley, runs the Bloodsport promotion, former MMA fighter, yada yada yada. Was talking about how he blames the referee for all of the problems in that ring. It's like he should have counted the 3, like you said, because it would have got the man into safety right away. The doctors could have checked on him and everything like that. It's count to 3 instead of risking the doing the other move where, like you said as well, he could have got further hurt, like because he's out.
Well, so I read. Do you know the first point of concern was the one when Phoenix dived from the stage onto Moxley. The referee at that point didn't even come out of the ring to check on Moxley.
Yeah.
You know, normally when those spots happen, you will see a referee jump out and do the touch the hand thing to see if they're okay. He didn't do that. So, like, you didn't even know if
did it.
Yeah. But, like,
Ray Phoenix ran over there and was like, let me see if he's all right.
Yeah, the ref needs... The ref... I've heard... I don't know what his name is. Rick Knox or something like that. Not
yeah, I think it was Knox. It was Knox, right?
Yeah. I think he needs to be taught how to wrestler safety because I think AEW need to revisit things like that because it's like one you've made both of them look stupid. Yeah. In terms of like the kick out, well, regardless. And you've made yourself look stupid because you have no way to make you. Even the announcers were like, "Oh, I think Mox jittered" or something like that. That's not enough to like lift your shoulder up. And especially because that wasn't hidden by any camera. The fact that both of his shoulders were down.
Yep.
You've made everyone in that ring look stupid, including yourself.
Yeah, it kind of just messes up the whole show. Like right off the jump, going like, what the fuck? And it immediately go into your mind of, shit, Ray Phoenix, this is a botch ending. And then you see Ray Phoenix celebration, and I'm going like, he's probably thinking, oh fuck. I fucked up or something. He has to do the celebration, but just count to 3. Just count to 3 for safety.
Yeah. We move into Toni Storm versus Saraya. All right, I'm going to ask you this question because it affected me.
Okay.
When Toni Storm went underneath the ring and returned with slippers and a pump, did you get PTSD from your childhood? Because I did. Because when she assaulted Ruby Soho with those slippers and shoes, I got PTSD.
When she attacked, I got a chuckle out of it, and I was like, Ruby, you're useless. Ruby, you're useless. You let her still smuggling the shoes. This match has so many shenanigans in it. It was ridiculous. Just shenanigans.
But I didn't know who was the face in this situation.
No, who was supposed to cheer? Tony was cheating up the wazoo, tearing turnbuckle pads off.
No, Tony's over now. The thing is, Tony is over now because one of the character, and then because of that promo, chin up, tits out, watch out for the shoes.
Yeah.
She's over. But she's still doing heelish stuff. Saraya's doing heelish stuff. Ruby's doing things. Ruby's existing.
Yeah. I think my main complaint of this match was the beginning of Toni Storm gets new entrants. Why the fuck are we cutting away the picture or replays? I want to see the new entrants. I don't think that if in any wrestling promotion, if someone gets debuting basically a new character, the full form character, like Roman had his new entrance, and they cut away to like previously on SmackDown. No, this is the one time you show someone's entrance is when it's brand new.
Oh, I 100% believe Kevin Dunn was working for AEW last night on Grand Slam. Do you know the moment? Don Callis came out to put his arm around Sammy Guevara. They cut around to crowd reaction like,
yeah. oh. And some still reacts like that. Who's just doing the like that was not the biggest surprise ever. I feel like that
he lost the only time that's acceptable is when you watch Home Alone and it's Macaulay Culkin. Oh!
Or the Undertaker streak is for the 1 millionth time. seeing that look. You don't get to do that reaction for this moment. It was predictable.
So we get MJF versus Samoa Joe. We've already spoken about the skit from the Bret Hart commercial from years ago. Bret!
Bret!
But I do like when MJF whispered in the kid's ear that he was adopted.
I was adopted? No.
MJF chokes out Joe. The match was good. He hides the evidence from the referee by dancing with him after the match.
Yeah.
Joe shoves Adam Cole and then shakes MJF's hand. I thought more shenanigans should have happened at the end of this.
Yeah, I was expecting Joe to do, he choked out Punk and he shook his head.
Yeah. It felt like shenanigans should have happened. Maybe we just needed a nice ending to a show for once.
No pull aparts, no brawl, no Blackpool Combat Club going, I kill ya, or whatever. Yeah. But I thought overall good match. A lot of shenanigans again in this match. Similar to Tony and them. MJF cheating, biting and stuff, going for the ring, choking the guy out with, I guess, the tag rope or tape. I don't remember.
It was one of those things.
Yeah.
But this Grand Slam flowed really well. And then I don't know how ticket sales really went, but it seemed like it was full. It had a great atmosphere. The show ran smoothly. It was a good episode.
I would say it went smoothly. It just went, it was an easy episode. Pay-per-view. Like, basically, it was a pay-per-view on TV. We just had a bunch of matches. There were no angles, really. There was no storyline. They didn't bring out Swerve or Hangman to cut promos or Kenny and the Bucks or anything, but they have a long week of this and the Rampage. Collision and all that. So, but nice main event. It was a solid show. Not really story driven though.
J.K. Smush says, good morning, evening. May Hulk Hogan be transported next to me and have to work in my office. Everything is broken and everyone is annoying. A terrible punishment. Indeed. Indeed.
We should have that on standby. I gotta add that to the list. On his sound machine. Indeed. So
I don't think I am. I'm just being honest.
You converted, damn it. That's what every AEW fan says.
I remain. I am still, regardless, I am still a collider. I do not give a shit about Dynamite. I am a collider.
I jumped off the collider origin when I saw it last week, and I was like, Punk isn't present anymore. No more 30-minute main events to close the show. I'm out.
You got anything else left to say about Dynamite, or should we move on to NXT?
Not really. Solid show. There's nothing really to say. It's not really many angles to jump off on. It was just more like a continuation, basically, of Adam Cole and MJF. Everything else was kind of there. It was a solid match.
Yeah. Let's move on to NXT. It opens up with Becky Lynch. She puts over the entire NXT women's division. Well, she puts the entire women's division on notice.
Oh, see, they said you put them over. They said you put her over. You're about to say that. No, she put them on notice. Damn it. That's the other one.
In rhyme. Says Stratton may be an idiot and an asshole, but she deserves a rematch any place, anytime. Stratton comes out and says she wants her rematch at No Mercy. Becky said the result is going to be the same, not because you are not good enough, because you're not hungry enough. Says she is entitled because she got the rocket strapped to her too. Stratton says Becky. Yeah. Stratton says Becky should be thanking her because if she didn't mention her name, she would have never came back to NXT. Instead, she'd be driving to the nearest retirement home to find another Hall of Famer to beat and get more clout. Can I just say I'm proud of her?
Yeah, that was a great line. Great line. And it made me look at Becky in a completely different way. She's fighting old people and children at this point.
Becky says she is a better fighter than she is a talker. And instead of going word for word they should go punch for punch and then strikes first. But Tiffany Stratton, much like the elephant, always has a contingency plan. Out comes Kiana James.
Yes.
But she still managed to get the better of them, but they escape.
But here's the thing about this attack. I learned something right off the jump. This ain't the same Kiana James. This isn't the CFO, CEO, whatever other job position she had. I think she's a normal person now, Manny. She doesn't wear the business dress anymore or anything. She's wearing regular wrestling gear, snakeskin. So,
yeah, because she's Kiana from the streets now. Gigi Dolan has exposed.
Yeah. Here's a
this is Kiana James, the delinquent.
Yeah. This is the Kiana James that people said could be on the poster for the black characters. Racist bastards.
I'm going to cover a lot of these things quite quickly.
Oh.
The Don and Stacks are keeping tabs on the tag division who they want to invite to dinner. Thea Hale gets a makeover. We get a clothes changing montage, which reminded as the Mad Dragon's jacket reminds you of Clueless.
Yeah.
Segment reminded me of Clueless.
I didn't think we were actually get the shopping montage when they said, "Oh yeah, you need a new change of clothes." I didn't think we were actually going to do this, but John's committed to his stories.
Scripps and his boys are playing dice in the streets.
Oh God! No, the worst part about this? Not that there was a dice game on NXT. Not that there was a dice game. It's that Scripps has now developed like they start talking like he's from the hood or something. If you listen to the way he's talking, he's telling, "Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying," and all that.
I don't believe him. I've seen this motherfucker be a sommelier for Carmella.
Yeah. Come on, man. Stop it. You lost your black card years ago. Okay, it's over.
Baron Corbin, we're about to call him Byron Saxton. Baron Corbin picks a fight with Briggs, or maybe it was Jensen.
How dare you? How dare you put this on Corbin, Manny? How dare you?
Corbin he told them to shut the fuck up. He told them, "Shut the fuck up. I need peace. I need peace while I have my massage."
Yes, he was not in the wrong here. The man was getting a massage. He isn't here to work tonight. He was here to get this massage, and he needed peace. And Brooks and Jensen out there like, "Oh my God, I can't believe so-and-so turned on us. This is a week ago. Let me get my massage. You shouldn't be this upset still. This was a week ago."
But now this is the end of Ali, because Ali is furious that Dragon Lee has got himself a title match against Dom on Raw. Despite him beating him for an opportunity to face Dom, Ali is going to deal with them on Monday Night Raw. And I think that's not going to happen anymore.
No, when he was gone, it's ridiculous. And I was like, yeah, it is ridiculous. And for the same reason, I think Tegan Knox didn't come out to the ring and he didn't get this title match. It's because they all were on this release block, whichever case it's going to be.
Tegan Knox hasn't even been mentioned, but she's trending because people were speculating that she should be concerned.
Yeah, because I can see Vince going, "Nah, don't bring her out here for that." She's gone. She's gone. Like, it's not a valid reason why they pulled her, or then Vince going, "She ain't going to be on next week. I don't need this."
Butch, aka Pete Dunne, took on Tyler Bate. We see the metaphor, the Matrix this week.
Yeah, what provoked the Matrix this week? Why?
What? Why not?
And if you can describe each character, who's which character? Clearly, I want to call Orb Mensa. Oh, it is. That's the right way. That's right. It's not Oliver Carter. I'm assuming he's playing Morpheus due to the pigmentation of his skin. And I think Noam Dar is Neo, obviously. But who are the other
B-Fab
two?
Is Trinity.
One that's not B-Fab, Manny.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I've got B-Fab on the mind. Lash Legend is Trinity.
Okay. And then what's Jakar? Who's Jakar? Is she just like Tank?
I'm guessing she's just there.
Is she what's the Cypher? Is she just gonna turn on her for a steak? But again, not disappointed. I'm glad that the Matrix design stayed up there the entire time. They had the code going the entire time. And Noam Dar attempted a Keanu Reeves accent, I believe, or a impersonation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know how to describe what they're doing up there. They got 4 weeks off. That's all they got.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this match. Butch wins with which he's now calling the better end, because he tried to hit the bitter end, but that didn't work. So he landed the better end for the win.
Yeah, which was again devastating. I guess the Michiyoko driver, but he killed. Went for the kill. I'm happy for Butch, although I believe this is Pete Dunne, not Butch wrestling. I don't see any Butch in any of this.
Duke Hudson versus Joe Coffey. Duke wins with a roll up. Group B is tied. We learn that it's going to be a triple threat later on tonight. Andre Chase hypes up the guy that can't fuck. He lied to him, Marcus. He lied to him. He fed him lies to hype him up, and then he ended up taking the pinfall. He ended up taking the pinfall.
Yeah. I didn't know the stakes of the original Duke Hudson match was triple threat match. Otherwise, I would have saw that when he got that pin, I went, "What?" Didn't see that coming. But they told me
I don't recall him doing that much in that match against Joe Gacy. But this guy was huffing and puffing in the back.
Yeah, he was in the back blowing up. It be Joe Coffey, not Joe Gacy. It's too many names similar. Manny's mixing up everybody. His whites, his blacks.
Basically means I'm a full racist. I hate everyone.
Yeah, you hate everyone equally. But I thought, the forcing Nathan Frazier to go have a triple threat match. Like, I ain't ready for this shit. Why am I in this?
I mean, you didn't have to win. You didn't have to win, Duke.
You ruined it for my night. I would have been upset. You ruined my night. I was half drunk already.
So it's going to be Pete Dunne and Joe Coffey in the finals next week. Where are we? Roxanne Perez versus Lola Vice. Elektra Lopez came out looking like she was J-Lo from circa 1999.
A lot of wardrobe malfunctions, it seems like, for Lola Vice. She couldn't seem to be comfortable in her outfit or whatever they put together. Again, women who are wrestling try to wrestle in comfort. I just feel like she was in just her outfit the entire match. Like, God damn, this thing ain't working. I don't know what I was thinking. What was I thinking? The match was all right. It was there.
It was all right. Do you know what? Lola Vice looked relatively okay despite being green.
Yeah. She looked better than Elektra Lopez.
I mean, a broom could look better than Elektra Lopez.
Oh, there you go. You're right.
But she has improved. When they had that tag match with I can't even remember who it was. Bird Lady and Fred.
Yeah.
Bird Lady and Fred. You could tell she had improved in the ring.
Yep. So good for them. Although they're both probably running for their lives of which Latino women's tag team are they going to keep? Lola Vice and Elektra Lopez or Bird Lady and Fred? We'll find out in 1 hour from now.
So, we go to the jungle. Or the forest.
I want to say a forest, man. This is a jungle. The jungle has
I don't
know.
We go to see the aftermath of what Dijak did to the tree last week.
Yeah, and folks, we're going to show you some horrible graphic intense footage. For those who have a weak stomach or don't want to see anything as graphic as this, please.
Look
Well,
away
don't turn
now.
off the channel. Look away. Look away. Don't turn anything off, please. We need the views, damn it. Ow!
His loving memory of the spirit tree.
It lasted. It had. Oh no! Look at it. Look at that. It's like he took a bite out of the tree. Manny, I'll be honest. I would not be able to find that tree for one thing and be like, "Is this the right tree?" No tree. This sounds like the biggest tree races of all time. All trees look alike. But that tree is beat up. Yeah, I'm a bigot. Oh, I'm not a tree hugger. But he whipped the tree to oblivion, and it had to be hours of work. It had to be hours of work.
Marcus, you could have done that in like 2 minutes with a knife.
No. But imagine with a belt, Manny, or a strap. That had to take hours for those hard ridges to be cut in there. Like, at this point, if he continued at it, he could cut down his tree by the end of the month. Just continue to go at it. Next time, take a chainsaw. Take a chainsaw. Do something. Light it on fire. Piss on the tree. Don't just cut it up with the belt.
So, Eddie Thorpe suggests that Dijak is trying to get to his inner Indian savage. So he suggests a strap match to pay him back.
Yep, we all knew this would lead to this. I hope the tree is able to make it to show up at ringside for this match to cheer on. Or better yet, can we put the tree above the ring in a shark cage?
Can we put a bandage on the tree?
You know, if there's any way I can call the World Wildlife Federation right now, this is the time for the WWF to stick in. I know there's no animals involved, but I feel like this tree deserves something.
We get Dominic Mysterio versus Carmelo Hayes. These two decide to fuck around outside as Dragunov is watching outside and throw each other into him. Do you know the rage that's caused to this man? Every vein in his head was popping out.
Yeah.
Every vein before he went in.
The first one was like, oh shit, they pissed on the dragon. And then Dominic slaps him in the face. And was like, bitch. I don't care how mad you are.
The move he does, where he just lands on you and punches you in the face when you're on the ground, I don't ever want to receive that from anyone.
No, that looks like the finishing move.
Because at that point, when you're on the ground, you are defenseless.
Yeah.
He comes down with his fist, you're dead.
Yeah, you're basically dead. And I don't know if Dominic's going to be okay to show up on this Friday SmackDown or whatever 20 shows he's on right now. I will say this is the match I noticed that Dominic has improved a lot in the ring. I don't know why, but like, you know, it's just everything seems more natural when he's like doing moves and stuff. Even the 619 he did felt like he wasn't thinking about doing a 619. He just did it. But I thought this was a good showing for Dominic, even though we didn't settle who was really the A champion. Thanks, Dragunov. We'll never know.
Yeah. But then Joe Gacy and Ava Raine are now trying to recruit Trick Williams to prey on his loneliness without Miller.
My loneliness is killing me.
How dare they?
Yeah, I mean, he could join them, but it does give Trick something to do other than basically be Roddy Strong, but told, you know, cool with it. About to get separated. I don't know. Trick and Roddy need to get together and have counseling over losing their friends. Their little friend. Then
we get the main event. It's supposed to be Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton and Kiana James. We have to put up with Roxanne's terrible acting in the back, offering her services to Becky. And Becky's like, no, put some ice on your shoulder.
Jesus, and never talk in front of a camera again. Hey, Becky, I see you need a partner tonight. I am okay to be your partner. Ooh, you Becky. Nah, I want somebody with more charisma, champ. You're like 7 years old.
And then Tiffany Stratton and Kiana James are talking in the back. Like perfect to each other. Like match made in heaven. These two.
Yeah. I was like, why haven't they been around each other more? They're so evil together.
Tiffany's got a plan, but she said, "I'll tell you on the way to the ring." The plan was to jump Becky Lynch as she comes to the ring.
Yeah, it's already a handicap match as it stands right now. But we're also going to jump her on the way to the ring. Kiana appreciated that play because it reminded her of her days in the street.
And then Lyra Valkyria makes the save, turning this into a tag match.
The Irish.
We praised the Swanton last week, even though she didn't stick the landing. This week, it was picture perfect, and she stuck the landing.
No, I feel like she landed it, but it wasn't as pretty as the last week's. I feel like Lyra was too close to the ring for her to get the full jump, so she had to shorten the whole thing for it. So I blame Lyra for it not to being as pretty, but it was a better landing.
By the way, I honestly hate Valkyria's finish. That splash is awful. That just looks like she falls off the top rope.
Yeah. She weighs nothing. I feel like it hurts her more than it hurt anybody that's falling. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it was a manhandle slam followed by this splash for the win for the Irish duo.
Yeah.
But we talked earlier in the night, Becky's talked about the Rocket being strapped to Stratton. Well, I think it's stuck to Valkyria right now because she's worked with Rhea and Becky now on NXT.
She's getting like NXT version of the Austin Theory treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah. You work with Rhea. You work with Becky. You're chatting it up with a bunch of other people in the back. And then, Austin Theory with The Rock and Steve Austin and John Cena and shit. So, I think they want us to care more about Lyra Valkyria more. I still don't kind of care. I still don't care. She's all right, but I don't care.
I was reading the chat and I missed what you said.
I said I don't care about Lyra Valkyrie.
I mean, she's okay.
She's okay, but she's not.
She needs more. I think she needs more time in NXT.
Yeah, she wouldn't be one of my top picks to be, working with all this talent. Like, I can see it in theory more. We're working with these guys, and I'm like, okay, but Lyra, I'm just going like, here comes Lyra.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is the one. I feel like this is a forced thing to make me care about her.
Stratton attacks both of them with a chair. Becky states that the match will be an Extreme Rules match at Bakersfield for No Mercy. No Mercy is starting to heat up. It's 2 weeks away now,
and we lost the match. So
yeah.
We've only lost one match. But yeah, looking forward to the show. I'm glad this is no host bar. At least change it up on what they did do already.
Yeah. And it's gonna be a good match. But then I think this might be the time, if she has signed, because it hasn't been confirmed yet, this would be the time Jade probably shows up.
Sorry, I was looking at the chat with Levi.
Yeah, that's what distracted me when you were talking.
Oh, damn it. Levi again. But Jade Bakersfield, I can see it making sense in which she attacks Becky, costs her the match, and it becomes a main roster feud instead of an NXT feud. Because the rumor has it, she's not going to NXT.
Yeah.
Although I think that's what she probably should be.
Thing is, she could do what Dominic's doing and be on the main roster, but also do work in NXT to keep up the reps and stuff in the ring and improve in the ring. Because I think that's where that's her most weakest point. I think is the in-ring work, which if you look at how Dominic has wrestled quite a lot since being in the Judgment Day, and now that he's doing additional matches in NXT, that only benefits him. So, like, if you do the kind of exact same thing with Jade, at first, if you hide the fact that she's not very strong at wrestling, and put her with people that can help develop her and stuff like that, because I think the Performance Center is better at developing talent than what they're doing over in AEW, because don't necessarily have that much in comparison to what over there.
They got
have more
QT
trainers.
Marshall.
Yeah, they've got QT Marshall, and then they used to have the Nightmare Academy, but they don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
So I feel Jade, if Jade is actually going to WWE, I think she's in good hands. And then what they can do is embellish what she's good at already, and then hide a little bit, but then she'll suddenly and start improving. Because she's working with Brian. ROH does not count.
No, he's saying it as a developmental brand. That's what it is now.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
Jay Cargill cannot be in ROH. Like, they already stuck her on Rampage for months, and that didn't help her.
Yeah, I would say their development shows would be Ring of Honor, though. That is their technically development show, but that's all they really got. But who's watching? Who's watching that? I'm not. I'm sure Jamal is and other people, but I don't think most people are watching Ring of Honor. When I see Ring of Honor, I watch Dynamite and watch their titles defended.
Yeah.
Like, Samoa Joe is the Ring of Honor TV champion, but I've never seen him actually on Ring of Honor.
Yeah, but I feel like Samoa Joe being the TV champion has done way more than Claudio being the ROH world champion.
Also true. Hell, I feel MJF and Adam Cole as the Ring of Honor tag team champions did more than Claudio as world champion.
It's just a sad state of affairs.
Yeah, Shibata was ahead of him in belts, I feel like. The pure title.
So it makes you question, like, can Claudio carry a company? I don't think so, because he can't talk.
No.
So unfortunately, it's again that criteria of Vince was correct about Claudio.
Don't you hate when you realize Vince is correct in hindsight? Like even these releases today, they're going like, all these people came back, Hunter. All these people came back. They did nothing. They
absolutely did nothing. They were on the roster just claiming a roster spot and claiming money from a company. They're being paid to do nothing.
Yeah. Can't put nobody in. These aren't my guys. So let's see what Eddie Kingston does with the Ring of Honor title. I don't know how we got all the way back to Vince. I was like, where were we and how we in?
Well, it came out yesterday that he plans to be the head of WWE till he's 120.
Yeah. God, I would hate that Vince McMahon outlives me, but it may be that way. Like, how did that happen?
He's got money, Marcus. He's going to be living to the bitter end.
I would love to see him just in like some tube of healing. Just, I really can move. Show me the script for Raw.
Marcus, Vince McMahon is going to be...
That's his last act of life. He ripped up the script for Raw.
Vince McMahon is going to be the old man from Squid Game.
I got him as Mr. Burns. Just, you don't know how old he is. Just eternally old. Always old. So I can't wait to see her rip a script up at 112 years old going, you know what I want to do.
At that point, they've learned, and then all the scripts have been laminated.
Austin Theory's now working Roman Reigns schedule. Where's Austin? Where's Austin Theory?
Roman Reigns will still be champion. If he had his way.
Just over there like, oh yeah, you're still champion, Roman. Yeah, but I should probably drop this, right? It's been 17,000 days, Vince. No one's ever going to beat that. You're my real son.
Shane's already dead.
Yeah. Shane died. Stephanie's hanging on there, but Triple H is gone. Only have you're my real son. You're my real son's Roman in Theory. You guys. Where's Charlotte? Where's Charlotte? Oh, I didn't recognize you after your 30th face.
So yeah, that was NXT. That was the shows. If you haven't checked out, I was actually going to bring something up, Marcus.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you're at liberty to ever criticize Eric for thumbnails ever again after what that monstrosity of what you made yesterday.
What was wrong? It was simple.
Marcus, this isn't like when we started the chat. We started YouTube with the Untitled Manny and Marcus show in 2020.
Yeah. I didn't know what to put. Well, I was gonna put a bunch of random wrestlers on there. I didn't want to do that. I didn't care enough. So I put that. I thought it was a decent thumbnail. Yes, it was simple. It was just straight to the point.
And Jamal, your list is flawed. Your list is flawed. If you're still here, your list is flawed. And I think because of your list, you made me waste my time yesterday. And time is money. And I believe my going rate, if I was a prostitute, is $400 an hour. So you owe me $400.
What kind of high rate prostitute is this? And he didn't make you waste your time. You just sat there. How dare you?
I could have been watching NXT. I could have been watching NXT when I came home from that wrestling show. No. I said, let me show support to my boys.
Yes, how many in pounds is that?
I was talking about 400 pounds. So
it's about $700. Really high class prostitute, Manny.
I am. I told you.
You're not much like you. Whore.
Much like you. Much like you. I'm a companion.
I'm not a prostitute. I'm a companion. Oh shit, that's legit. That's a legitimate business. We gotta respect that.
400 pounds is just under $500.
Yes, expensive. Don't have time for that.
Technically, your show went over that. So technically, I'm owed a little bit more.
Well, negotiations begin here, Manny. We gave you more, so therefore, I think we should be charged less.
I didn't ask for more. My understanding of ETE was there was a 30-minute time limit. I didn't ask for overtime.
You got extra time. We paid for the overrun. So
I believe I'm owed $500.
I don't even know how to fix it.
And I am going to invoice to both of you.
Damn it! Once this invoice is official, now you gotta pay somebody. Goddamn companions and their invoices and lawyers.
To be fair, also, I went into your chat, so I gave you an extra view on that show. Whilst
get out of here! Get out of here! You don't count. You went to the chat for 30 seconds.
That's 30 seconds to most people.
It's because you were 50% of the audience.
That's what normally happens.
Yeah. But about the same people have watched that show as watching this show right now today. Channel's dead. The channel's dead.
I'm just saying, you guys both owe me money.
Yeah, Manny, I'll pay you. I'm good for it.
Are you sure? I've heard stories about your family.
We're in debt.
Hey, Ryan.
All right. Hey, 3/5 of the family don't pay debt. I'm just saying.
Are you trying to say you're the Lannisters?
Yeah, but we don't always pay our debt. Maybe. Like, we're the Lannisters maybe pay our debt. Like, oh, they may be paying the debt. They don't always do it? No, they can't. Poor.
So it looks like my plan of having the best of out for tomorrow has gone out the window.
Damn it. It's all right, Manny. You know what? It didn't have to come up.
It will be out either Monday or next Friday. because I don't mess around with NFL on Sunday.
No, you don't fuck with them. No one does that. It's a horrible release time. I'm gonna release right in the middle of the
unfortunately,
NFL.
I will be watching the Patriots and Jets game at a casino with people, and I'm not looking forward to it.
To the Jets game or the people?
Both.
You're gonna suffer.
I'm just
You
saying.
can't lose to the Patriots.
There was two occasions actually. So I just can't stand some of those people. Do you know the people that are disgustingly optimistic about the teams?
Yeah.
I'm like, shut the fuck up. We suck. All right, just shut the fuck up.
We're doomed. There's nothing that's gonna change it.
Oh, and we did mention trees, and I forgot to bring it up when we were talking about the tree.
Mm-hmm.
I had therapy today, and my therapist was talking about some fucking tree and being grounded. Where do you think my head fucking went when he said that? Immediately when you talk to trees, I have the image of Dijak whipping that tree.
Nothing worse. Do you dream about this often? It wasn't a dream. I saw a man whipping a tree. It's not a dream. It's reality. It's reality. He was beating a spirit tree. These spirit trees, do they come to your dreams often? It wasn't a dream.
And because of that, I'm now easily influenced. I walk outside, I see a tree, I look at my belt. I thought, man, we can't do this. Dijak has ruined my life.
He ruined my life. I can't use a belt. I can't look at any trees.
I can't look at any trees without laughing and smirking to myself.
I want to beat up tree and be like, Dijak was here.
It doesn't start the Undertaker's old American Badass song. Oh no, he's here.
You're going to pay. But I can also imagine that Smokey the Bear was in the forest and he's ready to prevent forest fires. This saw Dijak ripping a tree and going, this is none of my business right here.
He's like creeping and then he creeps back with like, nope.
Nope, I don't want none of that. Oh no, he saw me. I remember Smokey the Bear.
Oh. So, yeah, that is this week's show. Marcus and Jamal both owe me $500.
I give you nothing. You won't receive a dime. You're not receiving a dime. You have to call my lawyers.
You both owe me money. Or you have to accept both.
If you're able to stand, Manny. If you're able to stand. This is what's left of your John Cena shirt. Okay?
Marcus, I'm just pointing out you made the shit personal.
Shit just got real. Shit just got real.
But it's Marcus's birthday next Thursday, so send in your birthday wishes.
Yeah, you can, but you know. Probably gonna get Nick Aldis instead. Jamal has admitted that one of his faces will not pay, so two faces of Jamal may pay you.
Jamal, don't forget, I also watched that entire video. I will send a particular portion where you said you're not going to work because fuck them.
No, but he said that before.
I'm going to AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. I will send that to your place of work because you foolishly told me. I am also the HR department of this little era.
What? We have an HR department?
Yeah, me.
Oh, it's corrupt. I'm being abused at work, yeah? So am I. It's HR. I'm HR. All right, let's wrap this up. This show's gone long enough.
Yeah, so make sure you tune in Saturday for the Sharpshooters Wrestling Pod. I'm messing up all day.
Yeah.
It's that fucking tree thing. Made me laugh.
I told you, it's a shirt. I destroyed your spirit, Manny. You don't have the words anymore. You
can never defeat me. You can never defeat me. And just remember, your receipt is coming.
Oh, you know about my back, my knee, my neck, and all my underlying medical issues.
And on that note, see you on the next show. Peace.